Good evening. As you all know, my name is Mabel Pratt. I live in Lamarque, have lived in Lamarque since 1963. Alexander Pratt is my husband. He's a retired professor from College of the Mainland. We have 2 sons, 2 granddaughters, and 1 grandson. I have 2 granddaughters graduating, one from kindergarten and one from high school this year. And a grandson that's attending College of the Mainland Child Care Lab. We moved to Lamarque from Houston. I was a graduate from Jack Yates High School in Houston. I graduated from Prairie View A&M and graduated from University of Houston with a master's in education and supervision and administration. I started my teaching career actually in Lamarque. I was a substitute teacher in special ed. Moving on to teaching 2 years in the Catholic school, I taught at Queen of Peace and at Sacred Heart in Galveston. I taught 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades in the public school in Galveston for 15 years. And from 1982 to 1994, I was on the school board in Lamarque serving under Dr. Moses and Bill McKinney, and 1 year with Paul Arnold. While on the board, I served as president of the Association of School Boards in the Gulf Coast area. And I did a school board training for Region 4 in the surrounding districts for a year while working now in Pasadena. I was an assistant principal in Pasadena for 8 years, and then a principal for 18 years at McMaster's Elementary. There, we were at 85% low socioeconomic with a rating of recognized and exemplary with the state of Texas for most of those years. A year ago, I was appointed by the Texas Education Agency to oversee the closure of Lamarque ISD and to make a successful transition to Texas City ISD. Want a job done? Ask a busy person. In December, I was appointed to the Texas City ISD board members to carry out Manuel Gallardo's term. Not to mention, I have been an auxiliary volunteer at Mainland Hospital for the last 10 years. And guess what? I'm serving my last 2 years as general chairman at Mainland Hospital. I'm a very active member in my church, which is Queen of Peace. I'm on the parish council. I'm on the Ladies Guilds Committee. And I also teach religion on Sundays to first graders. When elected to the Board of Trustees to work for the betterment of the students, I promise I'm going to do that, work for the betterment of the students. And I will continue with teamwork among the Texas City ISD trustees and cooperation with the superintendent and holding her accountable for student achievement for all students. Thank you.
Hi, I am Lois Jones, and I am running for District 2 of Texas City Independent School District School of Trustees. And I want to thank you for coming out in this rain. Your presence means that you want answers. So I'm here to give you some answers and to introduce myself to all of you to let you know exactly who I am and why I'm running. I can tell you something about me. I will bring real solutions to the board. One of the things that I enjoyed the most was that I grew up in Dickinson, Texas. I live in Lamarque now, but I started out at Booker T. Washington in Texas City. And my brother had asthma, so we moved to Dickinson because of the plants here in the area. And while I was there as an adolescent, we didn't have a daycare center. Well, let me tell you, I did graduate from the famous Paul Lawrence Dunbar School in Dickinson, Texas. So while I was an adolescent, we didn't have a daycare center for the area that I lived in. And my parents wanted to help out the neighborhood because the parents worked. So they set up a tool shed, and in that tool shed I had children that I supervised at the age of maybe 13. I didn't get paid, but I had a wonderful time. I found my career and I found my soul work. So this is how I got into being a licensed master social worker. My mother was a beautician, my father worked at the plant. They watched over us, but my greatest joy came from the passion of working with children. A little bit about myself is that one of the great things about Marque, I've worked in Marque School District, and one of the fantastic things that I enjoyed, I had a very traffic incident about 28 years ago. I was a student teacher in the schools, and what happened was I was broken because a child died under my supervision. It was a Good Friday, and I was broken. I took leave from work and I stayed at home for a while. And what happened was on the radio, I don't know if many of you know Skipper Lee, but Skipper Lee came on the radio and I heard all these voices, and the children from Marque High School were singing a song. Mrs. Jones, when you coming back? Mrs. Jones. Well, that stirred me up. I had a setback for a setup, and I owe the children of Marque. I never will forget that because it was the love that drove me back to work and their grace. So I want to tell you that I have been working in different places in the schools of Texas. I have 2 children that are educators. I have Kimberly that works in Dickinson ISD, and I have a son we call Deuce for number 2 that works in Aledo ISD in Dallas. I am a widow. I have 7 grandchildren, 3 that attends Marque High School, and I have 1 attending Wiley College. I have 1 that attends St. Jacinta College, and another one at Abilene Christian College. So I believe that education is the golden door that opens up for freedom. I do want you to know I've been in Marque schools. I've also been at Clear Creek ISD for 10 years. I've been at Round Rock ISD. I'm also an adjunct professor at the University of Houston. I received my master's from the University of Houston and worked on my doctorate at Texas Southern University. I want to let you know a little bit more about what I can do once I'm on the school board. And I want you to understand that there are a lot of things going on, but one of the things that I know that I can do on the board is bring innovative change. It's time for us to move on. If you want something different, then you have to start doing something different. And that's what I bring to the board. I have a passion to work hard. I'm known as a bridge over troubled waters, a healing bridge. Some of that we are more alike than different. There are 2 strengths that I like to focus on that we bring to our district. There are more, but there are 2. Spirit and power. Can you say spirit? Spirit. Come on, let me hear it. Spirit. Let me hear you say power. Power. Those are the 2 strengths. Marque has the spirit. They like to compete. They like to do a lot of different things for our children. Texas City has the power. You have the academic success. You also have the businesses. And what we need to do is unite, come together. The only thing we are not realizing, we are more alike than different. We want the best for our children. We all love our children. So time is now that we need to realize change is evident. We need to look at programs that we sometimes ignore in the schools, that's like band and technology. My emphasis is in working with special needs students. I have worked with the most gifted to the most severe challenged, and I'm still here. Now I work at Santa Fe ISD. I work with the Homeless Coalition Program and the Foster Care Program. I came out of retirement because I feel I owe. So if we have the spirit and the power, then we can do a lot of things. And we need to realize the only thing that's dividing us is our emotional wounds and our pride. We can come together and make this district a brand new nation. So remember crystal clear, Mrs. Jones wants you to vote for her. You can't go wrong with Lois Jones, spirit and power.